Greetings, my name is Jim Lindsay. This is an orientation video for Windows users, for people using a computer with the Microsoft Windows operating system. This is your orientation for the SAM projects. You'll see I'm at the Blackboard site for one of my classes. I will probably use this video in the future, so if what you see looks different than this, or if I am not your teacher, and your teacher has chosen to include this with their class, don't let any of that freak you out, because what I'm about to show you is going to still apply. What I'm going to show you is basically how to get started with these projects as a computer user on a Windows computer using Office, basically 2013 or maybe even Office 2010. If you are an Apple user, then you need to stop right now and go over and watch this other video, because right now you're watching this one. People using an Apple computer are going to do different things, because the interface for Office 2011 is different than what you have in Office 2010, 2013. All of the instruction that we provide in these videos down here is for Office 2013. If you choose to use Office 2011 with an Apple, or if you choose to use Office 2010 with a Windows computer, you're going to have to do some extra work. You're going to have to go out there and Google things and YouTube things and do research with Microsoft Help System to figure out how to find features that are shown in these projects. Okay, so that's going to be on you. But for the rest of us, if you're the absolute easiest way to do these projects is to go to a Western Kentucky University computer lab, sit down at one of their Windows computers, which is most of them, and then everything you see in these tutorial videos is going to be exactly the same as what you would use on the computer you're sitting at. If you choose to work at home, on your computer, what you see might be a little bit different. Some of the options that you have might be a little bit different, and then you're going to be pushed to do some things differently. So let me provide all of that as the disclaimer. So let's get started in the rest of this orientation. If you don't have Microsoft Office and you have a Windows computer and would like to have it on your machine, you can get that from Western, and there is a program called Office 365, which Western is a part of, and from that program, basically, you can download and install Microsoft Office Professional on, I believe it's up to 5 different computers. And so this website, this Office 365 website, your teachers can make that available to you. If you go to the WKU website and do a search for Office 365, you'll find this link. And here is basically from this website, this connects you to, this is a hyperlink right here, to a Microsoft computer from which you can download and then install Microsoft Office 365. It includes Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, which you would use for the SAM projects. But one of the things that we learned in January 2015 is that Microsoft changed some of the stuff that was inside of Office 365, and because it's web-based, we weren't completely aware of that, because we obviously don't control it. So some of the stuff that you will want for your projects won't be there in Office 365. So what I'm about to show you in the rest of this orientation is how to get the parts that are missing. With Office 365 or with a Western Kentucky University Computer Lab Windows computer, everything that you see in the videos is possible, and you can do all of it with no problem. You basically will follow the directions exactly as what you're seeing. And so this is a really great program. If you do not have Office, you're certainly going to want it for our SAM projects. You'll also want it for your other classes, so you can write research papers, so you can do Excel work in your business classes, so you can create presentations for your communication and speech classes, and so on. So this is something you're being charged for. Your student fees pay for this stuff. So download and put this software on your computers. If you have Office 2010, get rid of it and put this in its place, as long as your computer is capable of running Office, basically like Office 2013. You can check the systems requirements and stuff like that from from this website to make sure that your computer is capable of that. But if you already have a Windows computer, this would be a much better solution for you than Office 2010, just for the fact that you'd then be up to date with all this SAM stuff. So this is a location for you to get Office 365 if you don't already have Office. Okay, so let's go back to Blackboard. Now at Blackboard, what you're going to do when you want to work on a SAM project, your teacher will have a calendar telling you, hey, this project is due on this particular date, this project is due on another date, and so you can have, you know what to do in what particular order. In this case, at this Blackboard site, I presented the PowerPoint stuff first, and then I believe Word is next, and then Excel is last. Your teacher may present it differently. Again, don't let that freak you out. This is just how it's presented, so just this is how I'm using it in this particular class, and I might change it in the future, but the mechanics of what we're about to cover will stay the same. And so this is what I want you to see. For every project, for every single SAM project, there's a tutorial video. It shows you how to do the steps to complete the project. We don't expect you to know how to do it. Now you might know how to do some of it. In fact, I'd be surprised if you didn't know how to do some of it, but I'd be really, really surprised if you knew how to do all of it. These will stretch you no matter how much you have used Office in the past. These are going to teach you some new things and some new ways to do things that you might know how to do already. So they're very helpful lessons. Now, one of the projects, PowerPoint 1, has 2 videos because it's your first. In this case, it was the first one. In addition to learning just the PowerPoint stuff, people were also learning some Windows stuff, and so that's what this lesson right here goes for. But most of the project steps have a single tutorial video. You'll see, like, for example, there's one for PowerPoint 2 and 3 and 4 and so on. And you'll also see that each of these are hyperlinks. These connect you to a video. You'll see each of these hyperlinks has a theme file. It has a file attached to it. And I called them PowerPoint 1 theme, PowerPoint 2 theme, PowerPoint 3 theme. These are important. If you're an Office 365 user, this is really important for you. I want all of my students, whether they're using a Windows computer or an Apple computer, if you're a Jim Lindsay CIS 141 student, this is what I want you to do. I want you to start your project by basically, you come here to the Blackboard site, and the very first thing you do is you download this file. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm using a Windows computer with the Chrome browser. I'm going to download that file. I right-clicked it. I'm going to save the link as, and it's going to say, where do you want to put this? I'll put that on my desktop, and I'll hit save. And so it's saved that theme file to my desktop. Now what that file is, and you'll see that what that file contains something called a theme, and there are certain colors in there, certain effects, certain fonts, certain stuff. Basically, it's a collection of decorative stuff that goes along with that particular project. And what we found in January of 2015 is that Microsoft started to pull some of the themes out of what it was offering in Office 365. Maybe they'll put them all back and they'll all be there at some point in the future, but we don't know that because we don't control Microsoft. What we can do as a workaround is basically give you this theme file, and it's not actually a theme file. It's a PowerPoint file that has all the theme stuff in it. We can give you these files for each project, and then all you have to do is at the very beginning of your project, import that theme. Import that theme. Import that theme. Now you don't need it for every single one, but I provided it for every single one anyway, just to get you into a habit, into a standard operating procedure frame of mind where the very first thing you do when you start a SAM project is come to your collection of links for projects, download the theme file, and then import the theme, and then go and then start working on it. So that's what I want my students to do. Now, if you're in any of the CIS 141 instructors courses, they may want you to do something a little bit different. Confirm what they want you to do. You talk to them and confirm that this is what they want as well. But by doing this, you won't go wrong. If you download this, and as the very first step, import this theme, it's going to provide you with all the colors and all the stuff that you're going to need to complete your projects. Just some background on this. I have gone through and done every single project. There are PowerPoint 1, 2, 3, 4, Excel, and Word 1, 2, 3, 4. I've done every single project on an Office 2013 computer. I've done it on on an Apple 2011 computer, and I had a student worker do it on Office 2010 in my office. And so we've done all 12 of these projects 3 different ways following this procedure, and it works. And so it's, following these directions is not going to hurt you. So, okay, so I have downloaded that theme file, and then the next step is to get my stuff from the SAM website. Well, here's the SAM website right here. If you open that, if you click on that link, it opens this window right here, and I'm just going to go ahead and log in. You're going to find in just a moment, after watching this video, your next step is going to be to watch this PowerPoint 1 tutorial. That's going to be your next step. So you're here right now, and when you're done watching this, you can watch this video right here. And in this video right here and all the other tutorial videos and on the rest of this page, Dr. Thaddeus Cruz is the presenter and knows, and he will show you how to get your start files and your support files and how to complete the projects. And I'm going to very quickly run through that right at this moment, just so you can see so I can get the files I need. But I'm going to log in here. I have a fictitious student account for Big Red, and I'm going to log into the website. And so now that I'm at the website, I'm going to go to the activity list for my presentation here, and I'm using Mr. Willis's summer section. Big Red is a member of that class at this moment, so I'm going to pull down the stuff that's needed for PowerPoint 1 for this particular section. When you click on a project, it says, hey, you have 5 submissions that you can use, and you're going to get more information about this when you watch those other detailed tutorial videos. What I really want to get into here is basically how to use the theme files. But with each project, what you get is an instruction file and then a start file. And so I'm going to download these. Just going to click on them and you'll see it's downloading them over here. And now I've gotten the files I need, and so in a moment I can come back to this and I can submit my work once it's done. But I'll go ahead and just close this up, and I'm going to go ahead and minimize this and go to my desktop, and you'll see that I have let me pause this for one moment. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to I basically opened up a Windows Explorer window, and in the downloads folder of this computer are the 2 files I just downloaded from the SAM website, my start file for Big Red and Big Red's instructions for the project. Now also what you're going to see here is there's this PowerPoint 1 theme that I downloaded from the Blackboard site. I want all 3 of those files, and what I'm going to do with those, just to keep myself organized, I have a folder over here called PowerPoint 1, and basically this folder is this is the stuff I need for this lesson I'm teaching you right now. So I'm going to take my start file and my instructions, put those in that folder, and I'm going to take this theme file I downloaded, put it in that folder, and I'll do the rest of my work from this PowerPoint 1 folder here. Okay, so to get started, what do I need to do? Well, first I'll open my directions for my assignment, and it's a Word document because the directions are best presented in a word process document, and as I read through here, it tells me all the different things I need to do to complete my project. Dr. Cruz will go over each one of these steps with you in detail in those other tutorial movies that we provided links to. Before I get to what Dr. Cruz has me doing, I'm going to open up my start file, which is this one, the start file, the one I downloaded from the SAM site. I'm going to open it up, and you'll see it's a PowerPoint file to enable editing, and it looks really plain. but this is a real working PowerPoint file. And one of the steps in this project is to use a particular theme. And this is where the Office 365 stuff is lacking in some cases. And I think it actually applies to this particular case. So to get the theme I need, what I'm going to do, I'm going to import the theme from this PowerPoint 1 theme file that I downloaded from the Blackboard site a moment ago. Everything I need for this project, for theme-wise, color-wise, all that stuff, is already in this file. Now if I open that file and look at it, it doesn't look like much. It's just a single slide, but it has the theme and all the other stuff in it. So I'm going to leave it closed. I'm going to close it up. I'm going to leave it closed, and back in my start file right here, I'm going to now import that theme and apply it to this one. You'll see it immediately make this look different. So I'm going to go to the Design tab of the ribbon, and this area right here is called Themes. Now click on this little arrow right here. It says More. And then one of my choices here is I can browse for a theme. Well, I'm going to browse for the theme from that file I downloaded from Blackboard. So I'm going to browse it for a theme. And where's that thing saved? Well, it's saved on my desktop in that folder I showed you a moment ago. Right there, there's that PowerPoint 1 theme. And select it, hit Apply, and then I'm good to go. And so you'll see that now this start file now has the correct theme, the correct colors, and everything. So, and this works for Apple people too. It also works for PowerPoint 2010 people. And so this is a great workaround for us. No matter which version of Office you're using, it pulls in the stuff that we have to have in order for you to get the score that you want to attain on the project. And so I'm just going to go ahead and at that point I can save that. And actually what I would, and let me go back to Blackboard here. So, I'm sorry, not Blackboard. Yeah, I'm going to open up the Blackboard site, and so then the next thing I would do, so I would just start watching this video, and if you click on the link for that video, you'll see that is a link to a Camtasia video. And if you start this, Dr. Cruz works through this entire project, step by step by step. And so you'll see that the first step in this project is to apply the facet theme. Well, we've done that. We just, in that import thing that we just did a second ago, we went and we got the facet theme. So we can basically skip that step. And so the next thing it says, then apply this particular color to some of the text within that document. Well, if you don't have that theme, you don't get that color. And so that's why this is so crucial, because when we didn't have these theme files, our students were basically missing a quarter to a third of the steps in the projects because stuff that they needed just wasn't there because the theme wasn't there. Well, now we've beaten that. So you guys are the first group to be able to overcome this, and we're really excited about it. So again, just to give you one last recap, what you want to do when you start a project is, very first thing, come to this list of links for tutorials on your Blackboard site. Download the appropriate theme file for your project, okay? And then once you've downloaded that, go to the SAM site, go to your, click on the link for the project you want to work on, and then download the instructions in the start file. Once you have that in place, then with your start file, import the theme. Again, what I did, I went from, you open it up in the home tab, go to the design theme, click on this More button right here. You browse for themes, and you reach out to wherever that, whatever appropriate theme file, you PowerPoint 1, PowerPoint 2, PowerPoint 3, and so on. So that's the process. Then you apply the theme, and you go on, and you then go back to the rest of the video, and you watch the video and do the steps that Dr. Cruz will walk you through. Let me show you one last thing here. I wanted to show you the same process for Excel and for Word because they look just a little bit different in those. So I've got this one ready to go. I'm going to save it and close it. I already have the files downloaded for those guys. So I'll be back to you in one moment. Okay, I am going to show you Word first. These are the files I need for this. Basically, this is the Word 1 theme file, which I downloaded from Blackboard, and this is the start file for that project. So I'll open up the start file, and what I'll do next is I'll import the theme from that theme file again, and then I would watch the video of Dr. Cruz and follow the directions. But in this case, pretty similar. I go to Design tab. You've got the theme area right over here to the left. So you click on this little down arrow for themes, and then come down to Browse for Themes. This is where it differs from from PowerPoint. And then you browse out to where you have your theme file saved. I'll get there on my computer. It's this Word 1 theme. And you can watch as I do this. Watch how the colors on the page change as I do this. Try and get this out of the way. And, well, it's going to make me stay right there. So I'll hit Open. And it's done. You can see basically stuff turned purple, and all sorts of changes have taken place here that they're not immediately apparent, but as you work through the project, everything you need is going to be in there. So that's how you do it in Word. You go to the Design tab. There's a button for themes. There's a little down arrow right there. You click on that, browse for themes, go out to where your file is and select it and hit Open. So that's with Word. Let me show you the last one is Excel, because it's just slightly different as well. Go to Excel. And in this case, my start file is this one right here. And get this guy, close it back here. And the theme file we want is that one right there. So to get the theme brought into this start file, all I have to do, I go to, in this application, it's in Page Layout. And then on the far left, you'll see Themes. And you'll see that there are color themes, font themes, effect themes. By going through this theme like I'm doing it right here, it gets all of it. It gets colors, themes, and effects. It gets everything I need. So I click on this down arrow, and then I can browse for themes. I'm going to go out to that folder where I have, where I've saved the theme file. In this case, it's called Excel 1 theme. And you can see as the colors on the page somewhat adjust there. So that's the process. That's how you get the themes incorporated for PowerPoint, Word, and Excel. And I would save that and then start with the tutorial from Dr. Cruz. So I hope this is informative for you. I hope it helps you. And I hope you have a great experience with SAM, and I hope that we've now basically leveled the playing field for all the SAM projects for Apple users and even Office 2010, which is just kind of a coincidence, but even with Office 2010 now you can get a really good score with an Apple, or with Office 365, or with Office 2013 on a Western computer. You can get 100%. So thanks for your time and attention. If you have any questions, contact your instructor, and good luck with your projects.